4 years after Sarah Everard was murdered by a police officer, an inquiry set up following her death finds that more is needed to protect women in public. But does it go far enough?
I think there does still exist quite a significant gap in trust and confidence when it comes to policing for women and girls.
Also coming up on the programme this evening. How do we stop dockless e-bikes being strewn across London pavements? One council is calling for more powers to stop it happening and taking bikes off the streets.
For every one of these bikes that has been seized, an operator will have to pay an £85 fine. In total, so far, all of the operators have paid Kensington and Chelsea £100,000.
And we're inside the control room of the London Ambulance Service, who've experienced their busiest 3 days this year as flu season starts early. Plus, we meet the homeless man who taught himself to play using this piano. He's now the face of a campaign to help others this Christmas. Planning ministers have delayed until January a controversial decision on a new Chinese super embassy on the site of the former Royal Mint. MPs across the political spectrum have previously urged the government to reject China's application, citing security concerns. The Housing Secretary was due to decide whether to approve or reject it by the 10th of December. The TV presenter Holly Willoughby has been fined more than £1,600 after she admitted to driving without due care and attention. It happened in August when she was driving a Mini Cooper in Richmond, according to court documents. The ITV host was also given 6 points on her licence. And the car-sharing platform Zipcar says it'll close its UK operations by the end of the year. The company has more than 500,000 members in London who can hire vehicles by the minute on an app. Zipcar owner Avis Budget says members will still be able to use their fleet until the 31st of December.
Councils across the capital say they haven't got enough powers to deal with the big increase in badly parked hired e-bikes. Officers from the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea have seized around over 100,000 badly parked e-bikes this year, and they've fined operators £100,000. Providers say they are working to resolve the problem.
The problem that we're having is that some of the riders aren't using them responsibly, which means they're being ridden on pavements and left on pavements when people try and dock them too. We've designated a small number of bays so that they can be docked safely, but when they are left on the pavement, that's a real problem for pedestrians, so that's why we're cracking down.
The number of 999 calls in London has risen during the last week, with London Ambulance Service reporting its busiest 3 days of 2025 in a row. The service says calls increased by 20%, including from people with breathing difficulties. It comes as NHS figures show less than half of those who are eligible for the free flu vaccination have taken it up so far this season. Now, a former homeless man who lived on the streets for years in and around St Pancras Station is set to become the poster boy for this year's annual Christmas video for the charity shelter. Francois taught himself to play the piano on the station's public instrument, where he was able to escape the cold and persistent threats of violence. Francois has been speaking to BBC London.
I've been on the street for roughly 5 years. It's not easy to manage. It's not easy to just have a life like when you're homeless. You just basically letting yourself die a little bit, to be honest. It's just it's the worst feeling.
I'm going to stick with something festive now because it's important to make you feel festive at this time of the year. And have a look at this.
Wow! What are you going to share? I love it!
These festive flurries are in Covent Garden. From today, there is, believe it or not, yes, daily snowfall outside the famous market. It's free to visit, and as you can see there are lots of members of the public, people turning up, lots of Londoners trying to catch the snowflakes on their camera this afternoon, as long as they're not trying to catch the snowflakes on their tongue, because as you can probably guess, they're not real. Who knows what they've got in them, so probably safer to catch them on camera instead, but there was just a flavour for you. But now, speaking of snow, Kate.
Not yet.
No. I was going to put you on the spot and say, what are the odds of a white Christmas in London?
That's a whole long story that we haven't got time to go into.
Fine.